Well, there. Hello there, YouTube. This is Mr. Gibson Guy with you today. Thanks for tuning into the channel. This is a big report that I have today. It was supposed to be a big report that I have to you. I'm reporting about my Ford Maverick, and I'm just coming up on my second anniversary, 2 years with the Maverick. And that's what my big report is about. And it is that there's nothing to report. The Maverick has been 100% reliable. The biggest problem that I had with it was that I picked up a nail on a tire and had to replace the tire because it got in the sidewall. And that's the big report on it. When I first bought this vehicle just about 2 years ago, I brought it in for its initial 1,000-mile check after I got it, and an oil change when they make sure everything's working properly. And then that was that. Next I had a 6,000-mile oil change on it and service that I did at a local place here in town. And then just recently I had a 12,000-mile service done on it at the Ford dealer in Inverness, and they did a super job. These ended up costing like $70. That was it. As far as the oil goes, it looks like honey in there. It's not black, it's just all golden color and very translucent. This truck has been the least problem vehicle that I've ever owned, really. And now I should give you the specifications on this so you know we're not talking about a hybrid. That would be a different story. The hybrids have been having lots of recalls, batteries starting on fire, trucks spontaneously combusting, all kinds of things that Ford says there's a recall on, but they don't know what they're going to do when they recall it. But none of that confusion has happened with mine. Mine is the regular EcoBoost engine with the 8-speed transmission, and it just runs like a top all the time. Not any problems with it. That's the biggest report that I can give you. Now, in my adult life, I have owned a number of vehicles. Most of them have been compact pickup trucks. And that's what I've done most of my driving in my whole life. I had a few cars and of course some motorcycles, but mostly it's been trucks. And the idea behind a truck is that you expect something that's kind of heavy duty and that is going to hold up and last, and is not going to be in the shop, is not going to be breaking down. It's going to be something that you can count on. And with all of the trucks that I've had, that has been the case. The longest that I had a truck was a Isuzu Pup, which stands for pickup to the Isuzu language. And that one, I don't really know how many miles on it because the odometer broke and the speedometer stopped working probably a couple of years before I sold it and got rid of it. It's still working. And so it was over 250,000 miles on that truck when the speedometer gave out. But the rest of the truck was still going. And so that's been my experience with trucks. I had a Ranger for a few years that preceded this one, and I just never had a problem with it. It was great. It was tough, and it just lasted like it was going to go forever. My first truck was a Mazda Toyo Kogyo, but it was under the Ford badge. It was a Ford Courier from the early 1970s made by Mazda. And that was a perfect vehicle, especially considering that I had it right after I got rid of my Datsun 2000, which was the biggest nightmare that I ever had. As far as four-wheel vehicles, that was pretty scary. having that Datsun. But it was a really cool car, but it was broken down all the time. It never ran. And I was really glad to finally get rid of that one. But this Ranger here is supposed to be my final vehicle. I'm 71 now, and I was 69 when I first got it. And it's supposed to be the last thing that I ever buy, and I don't think that I think it's definitely going to long outlast me and still be going. But this is regular EcoBoost engine, 8-speed transmission. It has 2,000 pound towing capacity, and that's the extent of it. The trailer hitch, that's all there is to it from being just a stock model. It has the steel wheels, doesn't have the alloy wheels. It was just the base XL, and has cloth interior, which is really comfortable. We love the seats in it. It's a very comfortable vehicle to travel in. I've taken it as far as North Carolina, and it just goes and goes like it's brand new, and it's going to continue to be that way. I keep mine in the garage, which, if you can do that with your vehicle, really helps a lot. I live in Central Florida, so we don't ever have salt on the roads, and I don't take it driving down the beach. I don't want my Maverick to be a rust heap like some of them will be. Ford did a good job of designing this as far as using a lot of aluminum and plastic panels that stand up very well to the elements, that don't corrode. And I have not had the first sign of any corrosion anywhere on this truck. They have done a real good job with corrosion proofing it and using corrosion resistant materials. In Florida, we have pretty intense sunshine beating down in the summertime, and it can really burn through paint and damage your vehicles and cause inside problems, cracking in your dashboard and things like that. But I haven't had anything like that, mainly because it's undercover. I have a carport and a garage, so that's one of the best things you can do, is to keep your vehicle in the garage and out of the elements, out of the sunshine, out of the rain, and keep it clean and keep it cool, and you won't have problems with it. They'll really stand up, unlike a lot of other vehicles that I see in Central Florida, that under that intense summer sun, they just eat right through the paint, right on the roof and on the trunk lid and on the hood. Any of those horizontal areas will take a lot of wear and tear. But if you keep your vehicle undercover and out of the wet elements, then it's going to really stand up and stay brand new looking. One of the cars that I had, a Miata, was approaching 20 years old, and people thought it was brand new because I had kept it undercover and kept it clean. And that's something that's very important. I see a lot of people that use their garages to pack away boxes and crap that's worthless, while they take a 20 or 30 or 40 or $50,000 car and leave it parked in the driveway, out in the elements, in the rain, in the weather, in the sunshine, all the time, and just watch them corrode away as the finish eats off of them. But that's not going to be the case with mine. My car, my truck is going to be looking like brand new right until the end of my time with it. And then it's up to my daughter. She can fight with her brother as to who gets the truck. They'll both want it. So, mileage. My truck is just about to reach 13,000 miles. I figure it's going to be right at 13,000 next month when I hit the 2-year anniversary. So about 6,500 a year has been my driving mileage, 31 miles per gallon. um, which I'm thrilled to death with. That's the best mileage I've ever had on any of my vehicles, car or truck. And I can't say enough about it. It's the most comfortable vehicle I've ever owned, most comfortable vehicle to travel in that I've ever owned, and the least problem, worry, upset, anything like that. So, if you have a Maverick and you're coming up to a 2-year anniversary, let me know your observations. What has it been like for you? Has your Maverick been as reliable as mine? Did you get a hybrid? Did you have problems with, did it light on fire? How many recalls have you had? The only recalls I've had on this have been a rear passenger airbag switch and something in a turn signal that needed to be replaced, a bulb or something. And that was the extent of any sort of recalls that I've had on mine. This has been a recall-free Ford. And Ford loves to do recalls, so I just consider myself really fortunate with this one. This is the 2022 Ford Maverick. It's now 2024, and it's the best truck that you can find out there. Thank you for watching. Leave me a comment, like, and subscribe to the channel when you get a chance. It's nice to have you come and visit, and I hope to give you plenty more videos showing that there's nothing to report as far as this Maverick, and that's what I have, is nothing to report. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. This is Mr. Gibson Guy. Bye-bye.